It was in the year 2009 I made that brave decision in moving into Lagos with the mindset of changing my story from grass to grace. I grew up in the city of Portharcourt, precisely Borokri, one of the most rugged area in the city of Portharcourt, where tools and thugs run the streets. Every hood in the city of Portharcourt has a clique that they belong to, and this clique or gangs are the ones that decide the order of the day. And as a young boy growing up in that city, one of the most dreaded areas in Portharcourt, it is either you be a part of the gang that runs the hood, or you get bullied by the young boys in the street. But from the family where I came from, where dignity and morals is held up high, I refused to be part of the street gang. But at the same time, I had a character that was known or recognized to be a very stubborn type. I am a very stubborn boy. I was indeed a tough-headed boy, or maybe a juggernaut, both at home and outside my home. And this attitude of mine landed me into troubles, both at home and outside my home. At home, I was recognized to be the black sheep of the family because I was always getting myself into trouble. And do you know, due to this attitude of mine, it caused a lot of hatred between myself and my extended family, most importantly, my auntie. I remember in one of our quarrels, she said to me that I will never make it to school. Sat for WAEC 4 times and wrote JAM 5 times. And due to this stubborn nature of mine, most of my family members started saying that I may be demon possessed. Some even said that I have been initiated or affiliated to the street gang. No one even cares how I feel, and guess what? Not even my mother. It is difficult for me to bow to unfair treatment, or maybe it's safe to say I have what they call stubborn sense of fairness. And do you know that due to this stubborn nature of mine, sometimes it resulted to altercation between myself and some of the street dogs, where they try to bully me, but whenever I refuse, it will always result to fight. And guess what? It comes with a lot of bruises, and this caused a lot of scars and bruises on my face. And guess what? This made me to be respected even in the streets, even when I was not even affiliated to the street gang. And because of this lifestyle of mine, this made my mom always apprehensive and worried about the safety of her son. One night, I heard my mom praying. I heard her say, "Oh God of heaven, deliver my son from any cult group he is connected to." And that moment, I said to myself, it's about time for me to make a change. And then, after her prayer, I went close to my mom, sat right next to her, and I told her, "Mom, there is no need for such prayer requests, that I am not a bad boy. It's just that these street dogs, they try to bully me, and you know me, I wouldn't let that happen. So I will always fight to defend myself." And then mommy said, "Then what can we do to stop all of this?" I told her, "Mom, it is either you take me out of this room, or you watch me come home always bruised." At that moment, my mom was touched, and then she said she would think about it. The next few months, my brother was about to go to school, but the problem is my dad was terribly sick, and my mom was catering for my younger ones. At that moment, I was left with no option but to think on how to survive with the skills I have learned from my parents in order to take care of myself. You can imagine the life growing up with a silver spoon, having the best of life in my childhood, but all of a sudden, life presented itself in such a way that I was not really prepared for. And this was the first chapter of my life that marks the beginning of me becoming a man. Now jot down life lesson number 1. Tough days don't last, but tough people do. Life lesson number 2. When it gets tough, the tough gets going. Life lesson number 3. Don't stop when it hurts. Stop when you are done. Life lesson number 4. The same fire that melts the butter is the same fire that hardens the steel. Be the steel. At this point in my life, this is where most young people fail. At this point, they choose to become the foolish version of themselves. For the girls, they decide to go into prostitution, while for the boys, they decide to go into crime. All of this is as a result of them not being able to resist the difficulties of life. Because growing up in my hood, I was supposed to be a street gangster, but that was not the life I choose to live. I was supposed to be a drug dealer, but that was not the business I choose to do. At this point of my life, I was left with 2 options. Option number 1, I either have to go and learn the skills my parents taught me while growing up. And option number 2, I either have to go to the street and get myself affiliated to the street gang in order to survive with every means necessary. This was the decision time of my life. It was in the year August 2009, Mr. Opportunity came all the way from Lagos knocking at the door. And guess what? This time, it was a call from my uncle who resides in Lagos. My uncle who resides in Lagos heard the plight of her younger sister, which was my mom, and asked her to bring her son, which was my elder brother, to Lagos so that he can continue his education. But guess what? My big brother refused to go to Lagos, and the whole family was shocked. he gave his reasons, which I may not be able to explain in this episode. At this point, my mom was worried and she insisted that one of us has to go to Lagos. But my big brother refused and said that he wouldn't go to Lagos. And then he turned and looked towards my direction. And then my elder brother said to me, Kenneth, you should go. That moment, the baton of opportunity was passed on to me. And then my brothers and sisters, they all turned, looked towards my direction, waiting to see if I will accept. And then I said to them, no problem, let me go. And then I said to myself, at this point, I have an opportunity to run away from the street that has caused me problem, to run away from the street that has caused scars and marks on my body. And I said to myself, I must go. It is either I fail or I succeed. But at the end of the day, I will always say to myself, nothing do me, nothing do me. Now, it was at this point of my life that gave birth to that name, Uncle Kemist. Join me in the next episode where I narrate to you my experience in my new land, Lagos State.